what if your team, a really high-performing development team, needed 3 long months, a whole quarter, to build a clean, feature-rich competitor product?
Right. Now, what if you could clone that entire complex product and then actually improve it with brand new AI features in about, say, 20 minutes?
That is the dramatic premise that our source material promises today.
Mm.
We are unpacking the test that allegedly made this a reality using Google's new platform, Gemini 3.0 Pro.
And this isn't just about a faster chatbot.
No.
Exactly.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Our focus today is squarely on the new AI Studio Builder. This is the environment that's moving AI beyond, simple conversations and into true software generation.
And the tests we looked at were described as messy, unscripted.
Totally. They were live builds, so our job is to extract the essential knowledge you need from those raw documents.
Okay, so let's unpack this. First, we'll need to distinguish between the various Gemini tools out there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll look at some surprisingly complex demos, like how generating 3D games actually proves its capability for serious enterprise work. And after that, we'll see a raw business idea turned into a smart, iterating web app. And finally, the big one. We analyze the revolutionary screenshot cloning technique.
This is what fundamentally changes how quickly you can compete in the market. This is the shortcut.
Let's get into it.
So let's start with that foundational knowledge. We need to avoid the jargon.
Yeah.
Most people know the Gemini app. That's the consumer assistant, your direct ChatGPT competitor. It's great for general tasks like research or, writing.
That's right. But for anyone who actually wants to build something, the focus is the AI Studio.
And the sources describe this as the platform for what they call vibe coding.
Vibe coding. I know, it sounds a little bit like marketing speak.
It does. What does it really mean for a user?
Well, it's a new philosophy for generation. It means you're moving past these literal structured instructions. You're getting into conversational prompts where the model figures out the intent, the vibe of the application you want.
Your intentions become full applications with a real UI, real logic.
Exactly. And the sources note that the AI Studio is free, at least within some pretty generous limits. It's designed to turn those abstract ideas straight into working code.
For immediate prototyping.
Yeah, if you're a builder or a product manager, that's the place to be. The third layer is just the API, which is more for enterprise teams integrating Gemini into their own stuff.
So the studio's core mission is to take any artifact, an idea, a receipt, a textbook, and output usable software. So why is knowing the difference between the app and the studio so critical for builders?
Because the studio is where your ideas actually become working, executable code.
Shows where the rubber meets the road.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the sheer scope of what you can generate from just a single prompt in AI Studio is, well, it's genuinely astonishing.
Absolutely. The gallery shows examples far beyond simple chat. The source material mentioned not just wireframes, but aesthetically clean, modern, professionally designed layouts.
And responsive.
That aesthetic consistency alone could save weeks of front-end work.
But here's where it gets really interesting for me. The complexity proxies. They're not just generating static marketing pages. They're building fully functional 3D games and simulations.
Okay, give us an example that really illustrates the depth of the model's understanding here.
Take Sky Metropolis. This isn't a simple 2D game. It's a city-building game. It has infrastructure logic, resource management, economic simulations.
All from one prompt.
All from one single conversational prompt. That level of complexity is normally handled by, specialized, heavily optimized game engines.
And then there's the 20-ball physics simulator. You can adjust gravity, air resistance, collision speeds, all on the fly.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, just imagine the scale and complexity being handled there, the resource allocation, dependency mapping. So why does building games matter for, say, a sophisticated business application?
Because games are hard. They rely on complex state management, real-time logic loops, physics constraints. The fact that Gemini can handle that kind of game logic and interactive UX proves it can model equally sophisticated enterprise tasks.
Like supply chain optimization or financial risk modeling.
Exactly. The complex logic in games proves the model can manage complex business rules.
It's a direct proxy for business complexity. Okay, let's move to a practical application, away from the games for a moment. The tests included turning a raw, just unformatted text description into a product they call a smart review intelligence platform.
Right, and the goal was an app that takes raw customer reviews and generates usable insights.
A sentiment timeline, a word cloud, an AI summary.
Yeah, with concrete improvement areas.
Yeah.
But the amazing part is how it started. The entire verbose text of the idea was just copied and pasted into AI Studio. No formatting.
And the speed is what is really revolutionary here.
The thinking time was 24 seconds.
24 seconds.
And the initial generation included a full landing page, a functional image generator, the Analyze Reviews button. It even had a load sample data button for immediate testing. It was just ready to go.
The iteration process described in the source was compelling too. The initial theme was dark purple. The user just decided they didn't like purple.
Right, and the feedback was so simple. I don't like purple, let's do red. And the entire color scheme updated instantly. It kept the structure, kept the dark theme, but just swapped the primary accent color.
That's powerful. That usually requires a ton of manual CSS work.
But what's really fascinating is what Gemini built without being asked. It wasn't just a UI, it was already a smart app.
What do you mean?
It came preloaded with things like AI compatibility analysis for teams and smart matching algorithms, things the user never even mentioned.
And this is where that key prompting technique comes in, the add 5 features loop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The user just typed, and throw in 5 new AI features as well, make them visionary.
And so the model, basically acting as a co-founder, what did it invent?
It added a predictive trend forecast, competitor strategy intel, a smart response drafter for customer complaints, feature request extraction, and a customer persona builder.
Wow.
It shows the AI becoming part of the product development process itself. It innovates beyond what you originally asked for.
So if the model can build a functional app and then act as an aggressive feature innovator in the same conversation, what's the biggest advantage of using that add 5 features prompt?
It forces the AI to innovate beyond the original design brief. It becomes your creative co-pilot.
So it's not just a tool, it's a creative partner. We do need to be realistic about this, though. This is still software building, and the sources were clear that not everything works perfectly the first time.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll admit it, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself, even on simpler things.
It's a necessary admission. Troubleshooting is still part of the process. The tests showed 2 main problems during that smart app build. First, a misplaced Generate Insights button. It worked, but it was just visually out of place.
And the solution wasn't to go edit the code?
No. They used AI Studio's Visual Annotate feature. The user literally drew a digital box around the button and just typed, "This button is in the wrong place."
And Gemini understood the visual context.
It understood the spatial layout, it fixed the positioning, and made sure the underlying function was still intact.
That's a massive bridge between an idea and the code. You're just communicating visually, which is how humans collaborate. What about the second problem?
The second was a classic issue every developer dreads, the dreaded white screen of death.
Oh, that sinking feeling.
Right. After 1 generation, the preview was just blank. But the fix was almost laughably simple compared to the app itself. Instead of digging into logs, the user just told the model, "I don't see anything. The screen is white and blank."
And that worked.
Instantly. Gemini diagnosed that the core index.html file was missing and just regenerated the whole application correctly.
So the essential advice is don't give up. You're usually one simple conversational prompt away from it working.
Yeah, and that visual annotation tool is the pickaxe that can break through that last layer of frustration. It helps the AI understand spatial layout problems precisely.
It bridges the gap between idea and code. We now need to talk about the part of the platform that truly seems to separate it from everything else in the AI application space.
The screenshot cloning technique.
It's exactly. Describe the setup for us. It involved cloning a really complex existing site, right? With a very distinct design.
They did. They took a screenshot of a detailed homepage that was visually very similar to Sourcegraph.
Which is known for its complex coding interface and modern aesthetic.
Right, so they uploaded that single screenshot and just prompted Gemini to clone the exact UI layout.
And the result?
It was striking, just striking accuracy. Gemini recreated the layout, the specific color scheme, the typography, the branding, the whole structural integrity of the front end. But the real test was adding a new function.
The Generate Tomorrow's Idea button.
Exactly, and it used grounding to inform its results.
Grounding is key here. For anyone listening, that means the AI isn't just pulling ideas from old training data. It's doing real-time trend analysis on the live web.
Which makes the suggestions instantly relevant. It's integrated with real-world data. But then they took it one step further. They used voice input to add a complex multi-agentic feature. The request was to add a co-founder mashing tool.
What Gemini built in response was, that was the moment of wonder for me. The speed and quality was just incredible.
Within seconds, it generated and integrated a co-founder discovery page. A tech stack architect that recommends cutting-edge stacks like React 19 or Bun by pulling from live documentation,
From live docs.
from live docs, and a market scout to find real competitors. It even added this realistic typing animation to a terminal element just to make the whole site feel alive, feel agentic.
And it added a pitch strategist outline, too,
Yeah.
all while maintaining that exact brand aesthetic from the clone design. It's that agentic experience that provides the unfair advantage the sources mentioned.
So what defines that agentic experience, the thing that makes the clone feel so dynamic and intelligent?
It's those features like the Alive terminal and agents that provide dynamic, real-time intelligence.
They're operating independently within the app structure.
Okay, so if you take away only 2 core ideas from this deep dive, what should they be?
I'd say these two. Gemini 3.0 Pro can take a complex conversational idea and build a fully functioning application from it.
And second,
And second, it can clone a functional, aesthetically consistent UI from a simple screenshot in just minutes.
this means that the old way of product development, slow wireframing, specialized front-end builds, that could be on its way out.
It feels like it. Product teams can integrate innovation and feature suggestion directly into the building process, not after. Ideas become prototypes almost instantly.
The source material did promise a part 2 that's going to detail specific techniques, like how to use that visual annotation feature, and more on enterprise pricing.
Yeah, that info will be critical for anyone who wants to tune to the studio for actual production work.
And here's the final thought we want to leave you with. If sophisticated logic and complex UI can be cloned and iterated on in minutes, what does that really mean for the competitive landscape when the barriers to entry drop this low?
That knowledge is the core of gaining that unfair advantage in your own business. You're shifting focus from static planning to dynamic, smart web apps that are built on the fly.
You're now informed about the state of rapid software generation. Thank you for joining us.
We'll catch you next time.